Good morning, everyone. Welcome. We are here. This is GameSpot. There's a thing that's going on about Xbox. I'm Kurt.
Happy birthday, Xbox.
Happy birthday, Xbox.
Happy Easter, Xbox.
Merry Christmas, Xbox.
Happy Kwanzaa, Xbox. I'm Kurt and Davina.
I'm Lucy James. Hello.
And I'm Tamora saying hello.
Everyone's lost their voice.
Everyone's lost their voice.
We all sound really sexy, I think.
Ooh.
Xbox.
Xbox.
World premiere.
World
I
premiere.
didn't lose my voice. It just means my voice is just getting better. I found my voice.
Yeah, you found
my voice after a weekend of screaming and talking about games. Anyways, so my dear friends, this is SGF 2024. We've seen a bunch of stuff. We're now in Sunday, and we still have Ubisoft tomorrow. But before we get started, I want you to both reach underneath your sofa.
Here we go.
There we go.
And we're going to have.
I found it.
Tim. Oh my God!
VHS for ABBA.
Is
Is it ABBA Gold?
Is that part of this?
I think that is. Are we going to see ABBA today?
ABBA game finally.
Yes, finally.
Put ABBA in Forza.
They did do their virtual people.
They do in London.
So it's like it's only now.
you get?
It's like 75 quid a ticket.
And now it's
For
going to be
hologram.
75 quid for a video game.
What we writing? What we writing?
I've got World's Scariest Police Chases for the PlayStation 1.
Oh my God! Are we finally going to see a remaster? Show the camera.
Made by now Xbox subsidiary Activision and developed by UDS? UOS?
Who would have known? Xbox is just
Not me.
leaving little trinkets. They're leaving little Easter eggs all around these parts.
What we
It's
writing
all
on this
big
paper?
hints. Oh, you're going to write down what you think is going to. Okay.
Oh,
okay.
Okay, hold on. So we already know what's going on.
How do you write down stuff about a thing that has leaked in its entirety?
Well, that's what I'm saying. So we already know that things have leaked. We already know. We can already have a pretty good idea of some things we're going to see. How do I want to do this? There's like 10,000 games that Xbox has announced that
Yeah.
over the past 5 years that we still have not seen or have a release date. So why don't we do that?
Okay, one of the things that they've announced and haven't released yet.
I want to know when you think that thing is going to actually, the launch date.
Okay.
Okay, well, we're not going to get any payoff for that unless it's in today's showcase.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Fable.
Fable.
Yeah.
Okay, Fable.
Yeah.
You want a release date for Fable?
Yes. And we'll see what
Do you
happens.
think we're going to get that today? I don't think
A release date?
If it's,
Give us a
if it's
year.
not here, that would be a hell of a thing. That would be so funny.
I'm just hoping.
Xbox has the opportunity to do the funniest thing ever.
Just
Not show Fable.
not show a single game that they've announced or shown like for the past 10 years of what they're doing. Don't show each other. I want it to be a secret to me too. Seal it up, and then when we come back for the post show, which we're also going to be streaming the entire Xbox showcase and then Call of Duty, we're going to reveal these answers and see if someone's right, and we might have another prize.
okay.
Yeah,
Is it tickets to go see ABBA Voyage in London?
it's.
I hope so.
Yeah, with me performing it.
Every role.
Every single role. But all that said, quite frankly, it's been a really not fun couple weeks concerning Microsoft. Where some of us are wearing our true colors today. If I had gotten the memo, I probably would have worn an Evil Within shirt.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's an interesting time for the company. Business-wise, we've, especially Lucy and I have talked at length on it on Spot On, which we do weekly. It's our, you're looking at this time, which is our weekly news show. It's a rough situation, but if we were to take the glass, I don't know how you take a glass half full standpoint at this point, but like the hopeful perspective, this could be an opportunity for Xbox to kind of raise the profile of its developers again and show that there's life in the company. I mean, there is obviously life in the company, but show what life there is in the company over the next few months and maybe even years. They've had a few rough showings lately. The games have been up and down. They haven't really got a clear slate. So this is going to be a big moment for them. We know everything that's not everything, but a large majority of that's what's going to be available. We don't know where it's placed that well right now, so there is still a lot to learn from this press conference, I think. And it, based on the leaks alone, it looks like it's going to be a strong one.
Yeah, I mean, I really fully do not anticipate, and it's not just Arcane and Tango, Roadhouse and Alpha Dog that have been. I mean,
Yeah.
they're the ones that have been shuttered, and obviously most recently. But let's not forget the 1900 developers that sadly lost their jobs before that.
Absolutely.
And, what a weird time for the industry, what a weird time for Xbox. I still want to maintain like that optimism because at the end of the day, like, I have an Xbox playing it, I have Game Pass, I get everything on Game Pass PC. I love a lot of the games and the franchises that Xbox has. I'm never going to be rooting for a company to fail, especially one that has been so instrumental to video games.
Or like just a trust issue at this point.
Exactly.
And that's where it's like, I want to see things and I'm going to be excited to see stuff, but like, I have to like, it's not even temper the expectations of whether or not that thing's going to be good. It's whether or not like that is going to be a thing that we actually ever see, whether or not we'll make it,
and
are going to be
also,
sustained.
It's kind of like the trust issues extend to what is the definition of good. What is we talked about this, but like it's so unclear what success is these days, especially when you have reports of Tango and the Hi-Fi team being impacted, and then days or hours later, Microsoft saying we need more games like Hi-Fi Rush, where it's like.
Or tweeting that's like, we did it. So that, when the game came out, it's like this game was a huge success.
So yeah, it's clarity, vision, direction are also very important to what we want to see out of Xbox going forward. Because again, like Lucy said, never want to see a company fail from a human standpoint. Like we're not here to stand for corporations. We're here to stand for the people that work day and night to make this art form a thing that we love, and we need them to succeed for the sake of those people. So I don't know how much of that we get to see here. It's not like I don't know if Microsoft comes out and is like, here is our plan and this is what we're going to be doing going forward. But I think that would be amazing. I would really love that, because right now we're reading tea leaves on what Game Pass means to people, how successful it is, and there's been a lot of like clandestine style conversations happening about, oh, this is the kind of revenue split. This is the revenue split. It's so unclear on what the business model is and who should feel safe and that kind of stuff. I just want that a bit more.
Yeah, and I mean overall at this point, we've had so many layoffs, not just within the Xbox division, but all of the industry. We are at the point now where it's like, I want some good news. I want this injection of good news and to be excited about the games coming out. Like we already know that Sefton Hill and Jamie Walker, some of the co-founders of Rocksteady, their new game is being funded by Microsoft.
Yep.
Like we are starting to get trickling in of good news coming out, and I really want us to kind of, as an industry, rally and get excited about games again. That's ultimately why we do what we do.
Yeah, and I even think you two wearing those shirts. Just pretend I'm wearing an Evil Within shirt.
I
know. I didn't get.
We didn't coordinate this.
Instead, I look like I'm selling you your own soul.
Like we had no idea. We didn't coordinate to do this together. It was like, I'm gonna maybe bring my T-shirt for this, and then
I went to eBay for this one.
Yeah.
I didn't have a Prey shirt.
Well,
I had a Dishonored bone charm at home.
Oh my!
But it's back in the UK. Yeah.
I have this one, and I have another one for Death of the Outsider. I've had them for a while, so I was like, okay. Well, I've had that other one for a while.
With all that said, though, like for me, it's like retaining. Like we don't want to see anyone fail, obviously. So I'm not going to this be like, screw you. It's really just like, it's just I have to be aware
You have to have a contextual approach to it.
Yes. And for me, it's trust. That being said, what is the thing that you think you kind of, you've touched on it, Tam, but like Lucy, what's like the thing you want, coming out of this, like a very specific sort of thing that will make you feel good, or at least like excited, or like that Microsoft is saying the right thing?
I mean, I have no doubt that Phil will say something at the top end of the show. Like, he will probably say, like, we've heard you, and, we understand about trust and stuff. And it's not even that. It's just in terms of the games. I want to see a wide variety of games supported because, we are going to get a big look at Black Ops 6, which is obviously going to be this big tentpole release for them this year. It has to be. And so, like, we'll probably see something from Avowed, Indiana Jones, is it Ara? The other releases that we know are coming to Xbox this year. I want to be surprised again. I want them to see what else they have up their sleeves that maybe we haven't heard about yet.
Yeah, and this is also the first showcase Xbox is doing with the Activision Blizzard thing, like officially done, stamped, ready to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was actually kind of weird watching SGF and expecting like the Call of Duty reveal and not seeing it and be like, oh my God, that's because it's like the weird turn where I was like, oh, well, that's why we have to wait till Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the idea that we need clarity on vision is good. But like Lucy said, some surprises will be nice. And also, I would like to see the games that are no one understands where they're at, like what is going on with Perfect Dark.
Yep, that was the one thing I was like, we keep seeing games announced and like we're not like having any Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's like that, and the major franchises that it does have, the IPs, the big draws, there's so much ambiguity about where they're at, and I feel like from a personal level, I understand marketing and communication. Microsoft has done this thing where they kind of let the rumors go for a really long time, and it happens long enough that people forget their rumors and it becomes the narrative. So the only thing we've really heard about Perfect Dark is that it's had a tumultuous, troubled development. And there's been no evidence to the contrary. I think this needs to be an evidence to the contrary showcase in a lot of ways, like show off what that game is and provide some confidence that it's going somewhere meaningful, and do the same for Fable. Like less worry about Fable because Playground has repeatedly proved that they make good games and can ship games, and less information around that, but show us the game. Like, it's been so long. You showed us this one thing ages ago, and you had multiple opportunities to show the game again. And I know you have plans and all that kind of business, but people are twiddling their thumbs, and in light of not having that information directly from the source, people are just making stuff up and like spreading rumors, and it's adding fuel to fire. And like, this is a good opportunity to set the record straight on the games that they have. They want to reintroduce, whether that's Fable, whether that's Forza, whether that's Perfect Dark, Gears, whatever it may be. Do the right thing for those franchises as well. Treat them like with the respect that they deserve, given that they put that platform on their back and carried it to where it is today.
Legacies.
Respect them.
My God. I was going to say, though, there was one thing we didn't get to see, which was Dragon Age. So there's like little things that like didn't make it into SGF that I feel like, do you think this is a moment in which we can see those things, or?
It would make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I know we're getting like the big gameplay reveal. BioWare already went off on the record and said, "Yeah, you're going to see it soon." So it wouldn't be surprising to me to see a trailer today, especially because there'll be so many people watching. And I've been saying this for a while. Like, Dragon Age has been gone for 10 years. You want to put that on the biggest stage and get a lot of attention around it. So I hope we see it today. Yeah. It's been 84 years.
Yeah, Dragon Age is a big one.
In 84 years.
Yeah. Another game that a lot is riding on. BioWare has been up and down in a lot of ways, and this is going to be a big moment for them if it, shows up. Dragon Age is a moment where, they kind of have it. How it shows and what they show off kind of sets the tone for other projects that they're also working on. We know they're working on a new Mass Effect, and unfortunately, whether they like it or not, like the perception around that game and that franchise now is tied to how they approach Dragon Age, and that needs to be a strong showing for confidence to kind of return to that company. And like I said, we're people who love Mass Effect and BioWare's work and Dragon Age, so we're inclined to give them the benefit of the doubt, but also narratives,
Yeah.
People love drama, and it's been a while since BioWare did a BioWare thing and created a game that everyone, pivots their life to loving, so it would be great to have another one of those. If that shows up, I would be very excited to see and interested to see what that is.
I say this every single time we have a Microsoft thing, an Xbox thing. I know I'm not getting it.
Will Usher be there?
Will Usher wish me happy birthday? I'm just gonna say it because this is gonna become my narrative until the day I die. Wolfenstein 3.
No, dude.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
I know. I'm just going to accept. No, I'm not going to accept anything. I'm just going to live in my own delusion that Indiana Jones is not the follow-up of a Nazi punching game. I want a game where you're.
There's Nazi punching in Indiana Jones movies.
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't want Nazi punching. I want to be covered in their blood.
Whoa.
Hey, have you played Wolfenstein?
Oh yeah, dude.
Wolfenstein 2 has one of the greatest moments where a naked pregnant woman
it's
on
phenomenal.
Top of BJ Blazkowicz with 2 machine guns covered in Nazi blood shooting, and fire
incredible.
is bursting everywhere.
You want to see
Indiana Jones are going to do that.
you want to see Harrison Ford do that? Is
Yes,
what you're
I wanna
saying?
see Harrison Ford naked and pregnant, just shooting machine
Well, with the
guns.
power of AI in 2024, anything is possible.
But he will have 11 toes.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and he's going to have 11 toes, and he's going to have like 2 whips that are going to be combining into a snake. And this is AI. This is the AI's Kurt brain. But I'm going to live in my own delusion. It's fine.
I mean, there's still a lot of opportunity for what we love about Wolfenstein to make its way into that game. I think it would be wild to be like, hey, Wolfenstein team, make this Indiana Jones game, but also pull back on everything that you're known for doing. It feels like there's an opportunity here to redefine what Indiana Jones is in a lot of ways for a different medium, a different audience, you know, and make it a little more interesting, breathe some life back into that IP. I'm sure there's loads of Indiana Jones fans out there right now that are screaming at me that it's brilliant or whatever.
all those dads.
Yeah, all those dads just love it. But again, there's opportunities there for the team to show off some cool stuff. Like maybe it's definitely not going to go as far as that, what Wolfenstein has, but they could do some cool. They have ideas. They've repeatedly surprised us.
Yeah, I need to make it clear. I'm it's machine games.
Oh yeah.
You're doing good. You're doing good.
You're great.
I'm just this is just my own sad world in which I just wallow and wish for things that.
You don't have to tell me. I'm the Bloodborne guy.
But also, I mean, on another uptick of something I'm excited for because I love Doom 2016 and I love Doom Eternal, and I know there's been the thing swirling around about it being like a fantasy version of it, and we have Quake already, but it's fine. We can do Doom. Let's just take Hexen and Quake and smash them together, and apparently it might be the new Doom. Quakeson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while since the last. I mean, what was that 2020? Because it was Animal Crossing Day, wasn't it? That we got
The same exact day.
Yeah.
Yes.
March.
The two harbingers of doom.
Yes.
Yeah, March 2020. We were different people then. We didn't know everything that was going to happen.
No.
The time is right for a new Doom. Do you think it'll be this year, though? It feels like... Because they had that presentation a few months ago, and they were like, oh, here's Hellblade, and here's Indiana Jones, and whatever. I feel like Doom might be in early 25.
It would be a baller-ass move. If
and it's available now.
Oh God! If they did, well, then I'm booking my flight home immediately because between that and Alan Wake.
I mean, yeah. Again, it's like, what do they want out of these games? Do they want it to move consoles? Do they want it to just move units on their own, or do they want to bolster their Game Pass numbers? Because if they really want to jack up their Game Pass numbers, you release them all this year at once and be like, not at once, but like 2 or 3 games that are like big deals, being like, over the next few months, you're going to have X, Y, and Z, and they're all on Game Pass. That is how people go, it's time for me to subscribe to Game Pass, because I know
every week.
Yeah. So, but that intentionality needs to be there, and that's not something I'm aware of them having based on the stuff that they've shown, right? Like, we just know that they have these games. How do they fit into the plan?
Another thing, and we're talking about the business side of it, because I know that's always so exciting for gamers to delve into. But I'm curious if we're going to see Xbox announce any of their games on other consoles today.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
I mean, even recently, we've just had Lego Horizon.
Exactly.
And that's PlayStation doing it. I mean, I do wonder what they would go for next. Sea of Thieves obviously has been a massive success on PlayStation.
I have an idea that would be a megaton.
Halo.
No. I think what makes sense would be Forza.
Yeah.
Like Forza on PlayStation.
Do you think PlayStation would like that, though? Because they've got Gran Turismo.
They've got
They're
Gran
so
Turismo, but do they have Gran Turismo is the question. Like, it exists, but like, that is a game that people love, that also is kind of built to have that. It's one of the few games that has that games as a service style, but doesn't immediately come off as a games as a service game, if you know what I mean. I feel like it's the closest thing to like you said, Sea of Thieves.
I mean, yeah, a Halo Master Chief Collection would be...
That would be...
Seeing it on PlayStation, that would be...
Nintendo Switch. I mean, it existing in any place other than Xbox is just like such a wild... Like, unless we get Conker's Bad Fur Day or Return. Is that a thing?
Conker's...
Conqueror is dead and buried.
Yeah, I don't think
they are
Conker's
never
coming
bringing
back,
that
right?
problematic little squirrel back.
I mean, even just like seeing something like the Gears remake. Like when they made Gears 1,
Yeah.
like up-resed it.
I feel like Gears is way more. I can see that a franchise that's more likely to come to different consoles than Halo.
Yeah.
It's like, even though I know like Gears has always been an Xbox thing, like that series has like gone through so many different sort of identities. Like I would say like, maybe like you went from like big macho like testosterone chainsaw guys, and then you've had like much better storylines, and then
the ending, Gears 5 was a great game.
Yeah, I
I really
enjoyed it.
enjoyed Gears 5.
Yeah.
And then, of course, it ended on a cliffhanger, and it's been 5 years.
Gears could end up being much like Sony's Horizon, like
make a Lego Gears.
No, as in like a franchise that has the potential to diversify and find new angles. And I'm not saying it's going to be a Lego Gears, but there could be a game which feels like it makes sense to put in other platforms, and probably not Nintendo, but there is a small chance that eventually it gets there. I don't think it's there yet, but there's potential.
Do you think there'll be any TV announcements or movie adaptation announcements?
Wolfenstein 3, the television show, which I don't want.
You don't want that.
I don't want that.
I'm thinking like, Halo went all in on transmedia. Oh, we've been told to wrap it up.
Yep. So we're gonna answer that. We're gonna find out if they're gonna have any TV shows. So we're wrapping up. We're gonna cut over to the Xbox showcase for now, but just hang tight, watch it here, stick around.
We'll be back.
Indulge all of that, and we'll be right back in, I don't know, like an hour or 2
Happy
hours.
Christmas, Xbox.
It's been a while.
Have fun, Xbox.
Okay. See you later.
Good evening. The Soviet Union is no more. Despite a potential for instability and chaos, these events clearly serve our national interest. Free from the specter of global conflict.
Today we celebrate the mystery of American renewal.
Something's going on. Something big.
I'm a fire starter, terrific fire starter.
I figured if I stuck around hell long enough, I'd see the devil.
How's he look?
I'm a fire starter, terrific fire starter.
The agency is compromised. We're being hunted from the inside.
You're the fire starter, twisted fire starter.
You don't have to trust me, Marshal. But it might be better if you do.
Hey! It's something you should see. What the hell are we getting into? Don't trust anyone.
To a CIA black site. Are you out of your mind?
Things got complicated.
continue to bless the United States of America.
You just got a first look at the campaign for Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Set in the 1990s after the Cold War ends, where the truth isn't what it seems. It's an honor to stand here representing the creative teams at Activision. And please stay tuned after the showcase, where we will take you inside the studios to hear directly from Treyarch and Raven, who are working on Call of Duty Black Ops 6. You'll get a 25-minute deep dive into the story and a sneak peek at multiplayer and zombies. It's been 10 years since Call of Duty has been in our show. It's been even longer since all Call of Duty players got the same game at the same time. Going forward, everyone will experience the game, including the Black Ops 6 beta, the season expansions, and the updates at launch. There are currently over 100 million people who play Call of Duty every month. We hope to grow that community by making Black Ops 6 the first Call of Duty game that will be available in Game Pass day one. So no matter where you choose to play, everyone is welcome to experience Call of Duty Black Ops 6 on October 25th. I'm incredibly excited for today's show. I'm standing here thinking about all the passion that has gone into making this show what it is. It's an honor to share the latest efforts from our partners around the world and from our own creative teams at Activision, Bethesda, Blizzard, and Xbox Game Studios, who are doing what I believe is some of their best work ever. And now I get to introduce something that is special to me. As someone who has played games for as long as I have, it's amazing that I get to set up this world premiere. So thank you all for joining us, and please enjoy the show.
World premiere.
Who were you before? Who did you love? What did you believe? when we ventured out beyond the gates. But you helped us make something greater than the fear and death that surrounded us. We found hope in each other.
Help! I'm surrounded. They're everywhere. There's way more than I was expecting.
And even if we bought the other survivors just one more day, the sacrifice would be worth it. It would always be worth it. Helped us find the courage to keep going, to fight on. When we needed it the most. I didn't know you well. But we'll keep your memory alive. Every sacrifice we make matters and will never be forgotten. No one is forgotten. We live on.
Not looking good, old friend. This'll take more than you and me.
What are you thinking?
We need someone to be our eyes and ears in the shadows.
And someone to bring a little darkness to the daylight.
We're going into the Fade, aren't we?
Digging up a lot of buried secrets.
What about Darkspawn?
Yeah. Someone who will stand between us and a pack of demons.
You know there will be dragons.
Right. We'll need someone with fire in their blood. One more thing. This crew needs a leader. Someone we can count on. Someone that the world can count on. But where are we gonna find her?
civilization in this orbit. Something is not right.
This is the Serpent's will.
Coming aboard was a mistake. We need to run.
Hold very still and choose your words carefully. They will determine how long you live. You trespass in the home of House Varun. Your fate will be decided by the Great Serpent.
Can you feel its embrace encircling your heart? Constricting until there is no more you. Only us.
I'm from the Trackers Alliance. We have a proposal for you.
I wish you the best of luck.
Vaultathon 76 is sponsored in part by Sugar Bombs Breakfast Cereal. Bombs away. Folks, if you're just joining us, we're coming to you live in the 10th consecutive hour of our Vaultathon 76 drive. We've got operators standing by and, oh, it looks like we've got one.
Harry's on from Skyline Valley. He's sending the whole family to Vault 76.
How about that? Skyline Valley. Beautiful country. Right in the heart of Shenandoah.
Oh, Shenandoah, I hear you calling.
Call now to join Harry and the over 17 million Vault dwellers already on board. And let's keep those numbers climbing.
Got 4 on the line from AVR Medical Center.
Is it road twins? Congrats.
Vault 76 is a growing community, and strong community can weather any storm. Why, just take a look at our Skyline Valley neighbors in Vault 63. The greatest scientific minds are hard at work, cooking up shocking new ways to protect and preserve this Appalachian Eden. Yes, Skyline Valley is a stunning portrait of Mother Nature in repose. From the picturesque Shenandoah National Park to its majestic wildlife and friendly local residents, Skyline Valley is a welcome home to all. And don't forget to bring home a souvenir or two. When the bombs started dropping, don't come a-knocking. Call now to reserve your place in Vault 76. Still not sold? Well, I suppose having skin is not for everyone. Best of luck out there.
Across the wide Missouri.
World premiere.
Soon she'll wake and paint again. distant and new number, ticking down every year. One stroke, and every one of that age vanishes into nothingness. Every year she paints again, and every year an expedition departs for the continent with one hopeless mission: destroy the paintress so she can never paint death again. We'll break the cycle so she can't steal anyone else's future.
This world is full of wonders.
Yet everywhere we go, we walk with death.
Do you mean we're the only ones left?
Even if we fail, we lay the trail for those who will come after. Right? We are Expedition 33.
Do you think there's a chance my mom's still alive?
If your ma's anything like you have, she'll keep fighting till we find her.
I hope so. It's just hard to believe this is all really happening.
You mean to tell me your mama never told you stories about critters and weavers? Oh, you're lucky I come along.
What?
Shh. That's two-toed Tom. Big gator. I gotta drop you off fast.
After I got you out of that tree, you said you helped me find my mama.
I ain't of a disposition to be gator snacks.
Well, me neither.
If we're gonna go on, we gotta get rid of him.
I'm all ears.
There's a church up a ways with a big bell. Go on and ring it.
You want to make him come running?
Tom can't abide the sound of bells. Some church folks once tried to dynamite him, and he didn't take that too kind. If you ring that bell, he might skedaddle.
You better not skedaddle.
Go on now, scoot. I'll pick you up yonder after to go find your mom.
Trifling ass mudcat.
Hey, I heard that.
Gotta move quickly now. Wait, that floating island is the gator? Oh, hell no. All right, time to find that church. There it is. Now to get over there.
are just meals for tongue, they say. For tongue.
In darkness, she slumbers and dreams. And for countless generations, mortal heroes have risen to defend her. They faced monsters, tyrants, and beasts of primordial horror. Though they fought amongst themselves, their enmity following them to the most distant shores. And even across time and space, their courage never faltered. Even upon the very threshold of death. While new hope blooms on the horizon, the final battle draws near. Now, in the darkness, at the very heart of the world, the drums of war thunder once again. And Azeroth at last awakens. The world's soul, so long denied me, shall be mine.
Approaching Soviet airspace.
Listen up, Jack. Your mission is to infiltrate Selino Yask in the Soviet mountains, ensure the safety of Sokolov, and bring him back to the West. Your codename for this mission will be Naked Snake. I'll be referring to you as Snake from now on. The clock is ticking. This will be a sneaking mission. You must not be seen by the enemy. You must leave no trace of your presence. Is that clear? This kind of infiltration is the Fox unit's speciality. In other words, weapons and equipment are procured on site. That goes for food as well. You're completely naked, just as your name implies.
I have to find my own weapons and equipment? Whose crazy idea was this anyway?
The mission rests entirely in your hands.
A real one-man army. Freeze. Speak. relaxing, virtuous mission now.
Your kind meddled where you shouldn't. As long as Oo is free, your world is in mortal peril.
And how is it that you know all of this?
Because I am a god too.
If you're a god, you're one of them. Why would I do anything to help someone I've sworn to kill?
If it's vengeance you want, I'll give it to you.
We return to you now as the gods of mankind.
Rulers of the Greeks and the Norse.
The Egyptians and the Atlanteans.
We created mankind to fight for our glory. So rise and wield my wrath.
Command beastly chaos.
Rain down destruction.
And unleash our fury.
Worship me.
Claim my power.
And legend will be yours.
device. Stop Carrington's attack at all costs. Good luck, Agent.
I always knew I had an instinct. I could see the world differently. I thought it would be like any other mission. I was wrong.
Welcome to Garden City, where it's a pleasant 23 degrees all day, every day.
How far to his last known location?
Local forces are also tracking his whereabouts. You need to find him before they do.
I'll have to improvise.
Generating voice print.
افتح. ارسل واحدا آخر. اختبر البوابة بحسب. What readings are you getting?
We are getting odd readings from your monitor. Can you confirm?
I'm looking at the screen right now.
Our intel places Carrington on the second floor.
And the life we think we know turns out to be a lie. There's only one way forward. Find the truth. Scan's clear. I'm going in blind.
Carrington! Damn it!
Analyze. What am I looking at here?
Carrington appears to be targeting a research facility. If he attacks it, the casualties could be astronomical.
Agent Stark, it's a pleasure to meet you.
How did you hit?
I could use someone with your skills.
To lose everything before I could see. What this world was really hiding.
I hope you're ready, Agent Dark.
Are you all seeing this?
Once you open this door, there's no going back.
Agent Joanna Dark is caught in the middle of a near-future war over advanced technology that threatens the lives of millions. We hope you enjoyed the first look at gameplay, and we can't wait to share more from the developers at The Initiative and Crystal Dynamics as the game progresses. The creativity and talent of game creators are what make our industry unique, and I'm incredibly proud of our games and our teams. They are building a diverse lineup of titles, which includes new installments in beloved franchises like Doom, The Dark Ages from id Software, updates and expansions to our ongoing games like World of Warcraft, The War Within from Blizzard, handcrafted original concepts like South of Midnight from Compulsion Games, and blockbuster games with massive audiences like Call of Duty Black Ops 6 from Activision. On behalf of our creative teams at Activision, Bethesda, Blizzard, King, and Xbox Game Studios, we thank you for your continued support, and we look forward to getting their ambitious games in your hands. Diablo is one of the most enduring and beloved series in all of gaming. We're thrilled to have Diablo 4 in Game Pass, where millions of you made it your favorite way to play. This October, Diablo 4 Vessel of Hatred expands the demon slaying experience with an all-new character class, a new region, and of course, the next chapter in the acclaimed story. Here is the opening cinematic for the game. Let's take a look.
Cheers, chicham. Mini cheese. Mini Sukudo. Marsolan. Akra. Cheers, chicham. Mini cheese. Mini.
Boy, young one. Are you all right?
Akra. Cheers, chicham. Mini cheese. Mini sud.
Nerel?
Sukudo.
Oh, you're not well. Please,
Akra.
please, my child, let me help you.
Stay away from me!
Nerel! Is that how I raised you?
No, Mother. But I must carry this burden alone. I must get to Akarat's tomb.
But look at you. You're killing yourself.
I don't know how much longer I can...
I'm here, little magpie.
I missed you so much.
I'm so proud of you. But now, I need you to give up.
No. Of course it's you! You monster! Let go of me!
Let go? No. You made a choice. And I warned you, little magpie. There would be consequences.
Surrender.
No! I control the stone!
You hold the stone. You control nothing.
Maybe you're right. Maybe I could use some help.
Oh, right, you. So, you want to know all about heroes, do you? Well, you have come to the right place. Because who better to tell you all about them than perhaps the greatest hero of them all? Yeah? There he is, in all his finery. Cheers. I mean, sure, you get your mega fans.
You are like literally my favourite person.
Your haters.
It's like a fan club, but we hate you.
Your chancers. And the occasional giant toad for some reason. But it's more than that. It's about the choices you make.
I'm a hero. I should do what I want.
We thought you could save her.
You know, it's your life and death stuff. That's what defines you, isn't it? Really, stays with you. I knew this one hero. I took her in when she had nowhere else to go. Welcome to the most exclusive club in all of Albion. Thought I'd get her out there, make the most of her gift. But you know what it's like when you're young and you have a point to prove. I tell you, this kid, she had it all. The skill, the talent, the power. She was something else, all right. She was terrifying. So, yeah, I knew this girl once who made all the wrong choices.
Humphrey. She's back.
I'm going to fix it, this place. And no one is going to stand in my way.
World premiere.
Use this! Make your own rules!
It's my turn. World premiere.
There is nothing left for me in the city. So, I have traveled back to where I grew up. Here, I found my childhood home in ruins. Why hasn't my aunt taken good care of it? The bridge to her house is broken, so I can't even ask her. I will make the tree stump a cozy home again, no matter what it takes, and no matter how hard it gets. I will fight and find meaning and beauty out here. Some will say that in the dead of winter, a small city mouse doesn't stand a chance. Maybe so, but I must keep believing that every winter leads to spring. Nancy, finally! No!
World premiere.
My mixtapes bend others to my will. It's a strange, almost cosmic talent.
Go back to a time where summers lasted forever, when friendships were unbreakable, and any trouble was good trouble.
This year, I want to ride a flaming stallion of delinquency.
Yes!
What's your name again?
From Beethoven and Dinosaur comes an adventure a lifetime in the making. Experience the freedom of the teenage wasteland, sneaking out, making out, avoiding the law, and maybe something a little more.
Hey, can I stand up?
Yeah, little Rockford, go nuts!
Set to the soundtrack of a generation.
What are we gonna think of ourselves in 10 years?
I'll just remember to tell myself it felt important at the time.
Your greatest memories are stored in music. You're invited to go back in mixtape.
There have been noise complaints.
Okay.
I'd never use my power again. But 2 nights ago, I found my friend's body in the woods. I don't know who I can trust, or who trusts me. But my friend Safi is dead. So why can I still hear her voice? Focusing my power, I somehow shifted into a parallel timeline. Here, Safi is still alive, but danger stalks our every step. And only I can investigate both realities.
They are parallel world?
It's the same as this one, except you're dead.
I can still save Safi. If I can solve and prevent the same murder across 2 timelines.
Are you sure you want to investigate these Hindi?
I can't let this go. It could be the best kept secret in history.
What are you going to do, Indiana?
These artifacts have a deep connection to something in the past. Boss believes they hold a kind of power. A discovery that could change the world.
What were you doing out there?
Fresh air! We have to find the stones, Gina. Or they will. If you were to draw a line through these ancient sites around the globe, you'd get a perfectly aligned circle.
The Great Circle.
Exactly.
I intercepted a Morse code coming from the Himalayas.
Where Voss is sending all of his men.
Is that a...
Battleship? Yep. Let's get a closer look. Gotta find the stone and get off this ship.
What's that in his hands? What does it say?
Earth something. What was that?
We'd better hide. Ciao.
Hey!
Hands behind your head.
Where's the stone, you American rat?
What stone?
Have you ever heard of Höhenangst?
Fear of heights?
Yes! And I have it. I endured this dreadful mountain even if my mind was screaming every step of the way. Because of a concept you narrow-minded Americans will never understand! Devotion. Total and absolute devotion to the fatherland. You have no purpose. What you have is your stupid American cartoons. Choo-choo, choo-choo, You laugh and dance, celebrating your own idiocy and drinking the piss you call beer. I will walk through fire for the devoted men of the Reich. Give me that stone. Now!
Can't give you what I don't have.
I shall search your corpse to make sure!
Wait! Please wait.
Give me the stone.
Gina.
We gotta get out of here. Help me!
The stone! The stone!
Gina! Haltet sie auf! Erschießt sie!
Hab dich.
You never know you are a monster until someone comes to slay you. The first signs are really subtle, but over time, it becomes clear. The gift changes you, slowly consuming every little part of your humanity.
I should know. It runs in my blood.
Your Emperor has chosen you as our envoy to the living lands. That wild frontier suffers from the dream scourge. Find the root of this terrible plague and put an end to it.
He is wrong. The dream scourge is but a symptom of a deeper, more dangerous rot. Go. Tame the chaos that plagues the living lands, so that those who remain standing can shape its future.
They both deceive you. There is more wonder in this world than eyes alone can see. You must open yourself to its mysteries. Tend to its purpose, no matter how wild. And become what the living lands truly needs. Its protector.
Emergency at Windscale Atom Plant. It's not emergency, but disaster. Now the worst seems to be over. Wiring target.
Did your father ever tell you why my bones ache in the weather? War. Their soldiers killed everyone.
I do not fear our enemy. They talk of peace and dream of war. Our people deserve to be freed of the oppressor's grasp.
Vengeance is a lonely path now, eh? Believe me, there are other ways to heal.
People so quick to abuse their power do not deserve to keep it.
There is much we will learn from each other, Yasuke.
You can see when two people fit, when they will be better together.
There is no honor in preying on the weak.
Together, we will bring justice back to the people.
Скіфе, радий тебе бачити, друже. Валимо звідси. Ви тільки погляньте на це. Край, чарівний край черемоша і прута. Ти моя любов. Ти рідна матінко моя. Жива.
Координати закинув. Поквапся.
Зараз час такий. Час можливостей.
Усі ці жертви, усі ці смерті. Який в них сенс?
Зона така, якою бачиш її ти. Я ж показав тобі, якою я її бачу. Іди своїм шляхом, і тоді ти зможеш побачити зону по-своєму.
We've been honored to partner with GSC Game World, the Ukrainian studio behind Stalker 2. We can't wait for you to experience their game yourselves on September 5th. Today, you've seen amazing games from creators around the world, from both our partners and our own studios, from the biggest blockbusters to original independent games. I hope you enjoy the breadth of titles coming to Xbox. In addition to all these great games, we're introducing a new all-digital Series X and expanding color and storage options across the Series X and S lineup. They'll be coming to select markets this holiday. These new X and S consoles, alongside the many other devices in our Xbox gaming family, offer you more choices. It's our mission to make Xbox the best place for you to play by including the titles from our own studios in Game Pass at launch, by bringing your games into the future with our commitment to game preservation, by pushing the technical boundaries in our future hardware, and empowering you to play your games anywhere you want on Xbox consoles, PC, and cloud. This is what defines Xbox today and in the future, and we're hard at work on the next generation. Immediately after Showcase ends, Call of Duty Black Ops 6 Direct begins. We're taking you inside Treyarch and Raven for an extended look at what's next in Black Ops. But Before we dive into the direct, we've saved one more thing.
World premiere.
Hello and welcome to Treyarch in Los Angeles, and thanks for joining us today. We're excited to share what we've been working on for the past few years. For Black Ops 6, we really wanted to give ourselves the time to craft something truly great. This means we're delivering a new level of polish and innovation across all parts of the game. I've been working here for over 20 years, and I can tell you that we have something special on our hands with Black Ops 6. And I know that the team are excited to give you a deep dive into our campaign and global innovations across the entire game.
With Black Ops 6, we're taking players to a new but familiar era, the early 90s. In true signature Black Ops fashion, our story builds on real history, thrusting players into a conspiracy where a shadowy force has infiltrated the highest levels of the US government, branding anyone who resists as traitors and forcing players to go rogue for the first time to fight the very machine that created them. The team has been meticulously crafting every aspect of this game to deliver the fun and attitude players expect from the Black Ops franchise.
Multiplayer is of course here and brings the Black Ops style and provides a playground for the brand new Omni movement system. New way to push beyond your limits and move like an action hero. You'll see a sneak peek of that later today. Round-based zombies is absolutely back and better than ever, and you can be sure it's full of surprises. With that, let's step into the mind-bending campaign experience we've been crafting with our partners at Raven.
No turning back now.
Every Call of Duty player has a favorite campaign mission. When we set out to make Black Ops 6, we were focused on delivering missions so iconic that they stick in your memory long after. We are bringing that action-packed blockbuster feel to every step of the narrative. We are giving you more variety, more dynamic moment-to-moment gameplay, and more options to finish each mission.
We can do this loud or quiet.
The game is packed with unexpected moments of Black Ops mystery. It's a high-octane spy thriller where you're never sure who to trust and what's real. And it's all set against the backdrop of the early 90s. The Soviet Union was crumbling after the fall of the Berlin Wall and the end of the Cold War. The US is the only remaining superpower. The Gulf War was dominating headlines everywhere, and there was a growing mistrust in government, reflected everywhere across the music, television, and pop culture of the time. When we talk about the Black Ops timeline, Black Ops 6 comes after the events of the Cold War, but is directly tied to the 1986 flashbacks in Black Ops 2, the aftermath of which has left our heroes in dire circumstances.
Something you should see.
Black Ops 6 blends the rich and gritty history of previous franchise titles with bold new characters, with veteran Frank Woods as our through line in our story. In this new chapter, we see a different side of Woods following his traumatic injury at the hands of Raul Menendez. He's been pulled from the field as he adjusts to a new role within the CIA, often behind a desk or on the other end of a radio. His protege is Troy Marshall, who's been making a name for himself in the field. Marshall is a reluctant leader driven by a strong moral compass. Marshall and Woods are working with another new face in Black Ops 6, CIA handler Jane Harrow. She's a born leader, fearless and brilliant, and helps manage their relationships within the agency. Woods' ability to operate in the shadows has always been hugely valuable to the CIA, whether they want to admit it or not. And Marshall has the ability to make tough calls in the field, ones that Harrow trusts him to make. But when an operation goes wrong, Woods and Marshall are suspended and ultimately forced to go rogue. They soon realize they have to trust each other to get to the bottom of what's going on. Without any of their usual resources, they have to build their own team, recruiting two exciting new characters in Felix Newman, a technical genius, and Savati Dumas, a mysterious assassin. With the end of the Cold War, these former enemies have become new allies. And with the sudden return of notorious operative Russell Adler, who'd gone missing for months, a former ally may have become a new enemy.
For the Black Ops single-player campaign, we prioritized mission variety and unique experiences. Our goal was to offer players a wide variety of mission types, each crafted from the ground up. One moment, you'll be storming a palace. The next, you'll be pulling off a heist at a casino. We aim to take players all over the world and immerse them in vastly different experiences. Within these missions, we wanted gameplay to unfold in multiple ways, giving players the freedom to navigate through them as they see fit. Where we have different combat styles, we also have conversation opportunities where you can talk, barter, and manipulate your way into different experiences, and we think you'll want to replay levels to see them all.
We are excited to offer a variety of different enemy types in the campaign. The goal was to provide different challenges for the player. So whether they choose to go in guns blazing or take a stealthier approach.
Line them up right, you can take them both down with one shot. Nice and quiet.
We've continued to push on what's possible in terms of how our enemy combatants behave. Your enemies will be relentless, constantly seeking to outmaneuver you throughout the levels. They'll cut off escape routes, push on players' location, and force them to think on their feet. We've created certain missions where we give you a high-level objective and a variety of ways to approach that objective. One mission in particular takes place in a vast desert in Iraq. You and your team are hunting down missile launchers with the SAS. It's one of the largest campaign maps that we've ever created.
Look alive, people! They know we're coming!
you'll find that some of our destinations have a startling contrast in look and feel as well. We have a mission that takes place in an opulent casino in Southern Europe. It's unlike any past mission in Call of Duty. And what the player does in this space is totally unexpected. And another one of our missions we have set in the harsh tundra of northern Russia.
We are excited to offer an array of brand new equipment, as well as some favorites from the Black Ops universe. RCXD, Tranquilizer Trap, Adrenaline Stim, Homing Knife, Disruptor,
The campaign is grounded within an expanded campaign hub called the Safe House. You might remember we also had that in Black Ops Cold War. But this time, we wanted to think a little bit more broadly about the environment. We chose to have our team's hub located in a more naturalistic setting. So, it's in an abandoned manor by an ocean cliffside. What's most unique is that it used to be a KGB black site, which was operational during the 50s and 60s. This brings a lot of intrigue to the Safe House and will allow players to explore and discover secrets from the past. The team is also bringing back the evidence board, which is still the centerpiece of the Safe House experience, but with brand new upgrades. Players can view the campaign outline, gain deeper insights into missions, and analyze evidence collected throughout missions.
Point on the side, please. Okay.
Capture.
Okay, the attacker comes in. I'll go. 3, 2, 1, go! That was sick.
Great.
I think we got it.
With Black Ops 6, our goal is to create a more connected experience that keeps players immersed across every single mode. We've pushed ourselves at every corner to innovate and craft the most signature Black Ops experience for our players. Movement has been a consistent area of focus and innovation for Call of Duty. And with Black Ops 6, we're redefining movement across the entire game. For the first time ever, players can sprint in any direction and move like a true Black Ops action hero with an entirely new global system we call Omni Movement. This unlocks the ability to move like never before and seamlessly chain combat maneuvers like slide, dive, and our enhanced supine prone in full 360 degrees range of motion.
From the beginning, we started with, you can't do this thing, why? And then realized people actually move that way. What happens if we get rid of that construct? And then instantly it opened up like, oh, if you can sprint in any direction, then you can dive in any direction, you could slide in any direction, which then led to all the on-the-ground movement and everything else chaining together.
It's really been something that changes how you think and play the game, whether it's campaign, MP, or zombies. We truly believe that once you experience Omni Movement, there's no going back. We also have what we're calling intelligent movement, which is a set of features that drastically reduces how many buttons or keys you're pressing to perform various movements. These can be enabled in player options, and they're broken down into 3 categories: Sprint Assist, Mantle Assist, and Crouch Assist. And each of these settings will allow for fine-tuning. Intelligent movement really started with this idea that we want all players to focus on what they want to do and not how to do it. We want every player, regardless of skill level or input or experience with Call of Duty, to be able to engage with Omni Movement and live out their own action hero fantasy in Black Ops 6. We looked at other genres like racing games, where they have these great assist settings that can be turned on and off. Things like traction control or assisted braking, and we really love the idea of taking that thinking and applying it to our own movement options. I don't think this is a one-size-fits-all thing, and I encourage players to play around with combos of these settings to really dial in their preferred setup. Hit zones are regions on a character that react when taking damage or dying. In past games, we've only had 4 regions. For Black Ops 6, we've actually increased that to 9 regions, so now we can determine if that enemy was shot in their left leg or right leg, and then we'll play a bespoke death animation depending on that location that they were hit. So world connectivity is this concept that players' movement and reactions are connected to the world based on their choices. A great example that really shines is a global feature we call corner slicing, where as you round a corner or go through a doorway, your weapon's gonna dynamically rotate in the direction that you're rounding that corner. And since it's dynamic, it'll be a bit more dramatic if you're slowly clearing a room, but won't affect you at all if you're barreling full speed around that same corner. We are constantly looking for opportunities to set the bar with movement and animations in Black Ops 6.
Take cover!
Our team is super thrilled to show you the best looking characters that we've done. Through our process of photogrammetry, gear was acquired, scanned, and incorporated onto each of our operatives. For our faces, a dynamic real-time analysis of spontaneous performances was captured and processed to make every emotional, impactful moment true to actual life. We made sure to have special attention to the cuticles and make sure that they don't look like they're just freshly cut. There's dirt in between their nails, the oils on their palms as they're sweaty and running through situations that they're in. We're paying attention to every detail.
The thing that I'm most excited about is the number of new weapons from the era that we've added, which includes many that are brand new to the franchise. Our heroes are rogue operatives, and they operate outside the normal playbook. That means they're procuring gear by any means necessary, and it allowed us to pull a unique mix of weapons. We made sure to deliver dozens of unique attachments for every gun, and this allows the players to create a weapon to match any playstyle that you can imagine, all while maintaining the feel and tone of the era.
In Black Ops 6, we really strive for striking that balance between real and hyper-real, but we want to ground our effects in realism. We find real-world reference so that we can match that motion, the weight, the timing, then riff off of that and create that hyper-real look that everybody has come to know and love from Call of Duty.
The Black Ops 6 user experience is all about focusing players on what they need when they need it, and our in-game HUD is no different. From the mini-map to the ammo widget to in-game notifications, the Black Ops 6 HUD combines some of our best designs in a clean, streamlined experience. For the first time in Call of Duty, players will be able to change their HUD in dramatic ways to suit their needs. For instance, streamers can choose a layout optimized for their setup, or maybe you want your HUD centered so you don't have to look away. Want to play hardcore anywhere, or finally put the minimap in the bottom left? Those are options as well. Not only does the HUD give players important status, it connects them to the world and helps them feel rewarded for being awesome. As players track that elusive challenge or target their next level unlock, Black Ops 6 delivers an end-to-end experience from the lobby into combat and back, where player progress and achievement are celebrated in a big way.
Early on in Black Ops 6's development, we set a goal to make leveling and XP matter more than ever. Looking back through the Call of Duty and Black Ops catalog, there's a lot of love, both internally at Treyarch and that we see in our community, for how we used to handle prestige. Traditional prestige is back in Call of Duty with Black Ops 6. We've pulled the best of the best from past Call of Duty prestige systems and are going bigger and more rewarding than ever. Players who reach max player level will have the choice to enter prestige, start fresh with relocked gear, and go through the leveling journey again. Black Ops 6 will have 10 prestiges, each with a valuable set of rewards to earn and equip to peacock your status. Players who make it through Prestige 10 aren't done. Instead, they'll graduate into Prestige Master with 1,000 additional levels to climb through. and a classified reward to uncover for anyone dedicated enough to make it all the way to the end. The full Prestige system is available on day one in Black Ops 6.
We know how many of our players look forward to multiplayer, and we will be providing a deep dive on it later in the year. For now, here's some insight into our development of Black Ops 6 multiplayer. Our vision since day one has been to craft an approachable and engaging step change of that signature Black Ops multiplayer experience. We focused on supporting 3 core playstyles for launch. Enforcers are the slayers who like to kill and stay on the move. Recon is all about intel and counter-intel play. And strategists are support players who throw their bodies at objectives for the win, or focus on taking out enemy score streaks for the team. All of our weapons, gear, and gadgets in multiplayer have been intentionally designed through that lens of supporting these play styles. And of course, it wouldn't be a Black Ops game if you can't relive those action hero moments in theater mode, which we're happy to announce is returning with Black Ops 6. Now, I said we're only getting a taste of MP today, but of course that means you're going to get some early details on maps.
We're happy to announce that we will be launching with 16 all-new MP maps. We've got 12 core 6v6 and 4 strike maps, which can be played as 6v6 or 2v2. What do players like? What do we know that they want? So we're back to our classic 3-lane maps. We've got fast, frenetic experiences, and we have that balance with more medium size, like better for hardcore pacing, to keep the action flowing, but still have meaningful decisions for the player to make. The maps have their own stories, and we have multiplayer taking place after the campaign, after you finish it. So don't want to get into too many spoilers there, but you'll experience some of those locations through the multiplayer lens.
We've covered a lot today, but couldn't leave you without giving you just one more thing. Round-based Zombies is back, and we're picking up the Dark Aether storyline where we left it. We're excited to announce that there will be 2 brand new maps available at launch, with a curated mix of fan-favorite features and new elements to discover. For those new to Zombies, it's our unique take on the cooperative horde mode, where every map is packed full of powerful weapons and upgrades, deadly enemies, and tons of secrets to uncover. The legacy of Zombies is incredibly important to Treyarch, and we are so proud of what the mode is bringing to players in Black Ops 6. As you've heard today, the innovations in movement systems will also be coming to Zombies. Plus, there are many additional zombie-specific features, both new and returning. This is going to be a truly epic return for round-based Zombies. Be on the lookout for more intel coming later this year.
Steph interviewed AB. Mark?
Now, we know we only gave you a little taste of multiplayer here today, so make sure to mark your calendars for our worldwide multiplayer reveal event at Call of Duty Next on August 28th. Make sure to stay tuned for details and watch your favorite streamers get hands-on Black Ops 6 so you can be prepped and ready to jump into our MP beta and feel Omni movement for yourself. We'll be sharing so much more about Black Ops 6 in the coming months and look forward to seeing your reactions and your feedback from our open beta coming up this fall and into launch. And it's not just about launch, because the team is already focused on delivering a ton of content in the live seasons, which we'll be sharing more about. Am I allowed to talk about Warzone yet?
No.
Our goal on Black Ops 6 was, and still is, to make something that is the best work we've ever done, and frankly, the most fun to play. To do that, we deconstructed all of our gameplay, our systems, and content plans, and repeatedly asked how something could be better. In some cases, that led us to huge innovations like Omni movement, where we're now allowing players to move how real people and operators move. In other cases, it led us back to some of our classic systems like Prestige, then taking that classic system through the ringer and making updates and improvements. Across our weapons, gear, operators, maps, and more, a huge push has been to hit the highest visual and audio fidelity possible The campaign tells an all-new Black Ops story where you're forced to go rogue and are being hunted by the teams that trained you. On top of that, the team is really focused on mission and engagement variety. Multiplayer is a key ingredient in the DNA of Black Ops, and hopefully, in this sneak peek, it was clear that every single part of the MP game loop will be improved and better than ever, from movement, to shooting, to footsteps, to engagement systems, to death. And last but definitely not least, the triumphant return of round-based zombies. There is so much more to share across all 3 game modes before the game officially launches on October 25th. On behalf of the entire team, we can't wait for you to play Call of Duty Black Ops 6.
Well, howdy doody. Thank you. Thanks to all of you who are sticking around after the Xbox showcase today with here, the GameSpot crew, the cool kids. Not saying that I'm one of them. I'm implying that you two
us
are.
too.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
I'm Kurt and Davina. We're joined with Lucy James.
Hello.
Or Hussein.
Hello.
Hello. And so, Xbox, you guys seem pretty excited.
It was a great showcase. Like,
Yeah, it was a great
one that they
showcase.
needed.
Yeah.
Like, we were talking about it earlier. It was like they need to, I don't know, keep showing off the games. Like,
Yeah, I mean, my thing, I'll set this up and I want to like...
It's a valid concern, and it's one.
the trust stuff we talked
The thing
about.
I want to set up is like it's been Xbox's MO for like 5 years now.
Yeah.
It feels like Hellblade 2 is like when they first released that. It's just like they have a ton of games. They all look really cool. They're all really interesting. There's like a lot of diversity in what they are, but they're still just like trailers, CGI trailers. We don't see the game. We don't see the UI.
Yeah.
We saw some.
Yeah,
And I'm not saying that as like a negative thing. It's just one of those things.
No,
where
I
it's
think
like, they
in
look
terms of
great.
like CGI trailer, there's cinematic in-engine stuff. That's the thing I don't mind. Honestly, I'm just glad that we're not doing the live-action trailer trend of the early 2010s anymore.
I think there was just enough there to, like South of Midnight, they showed
Gameplay of
a
South of
bunch
Midnight.
I mean, we saw bits of Metal Gear.
Expedition 33.
Yeah,
that was actually probably my favorite like gameplay reveal of them all.
Yeah.
Because it started up as like your tried and true like dialogue, just be like, you did this to me. I'm like, I don't know what he did to you. Did he not like flush his like your toilet using it like what he wanted? That's what I imagine in my fantasy games. That's how all hell breaks.
Finding a
loose.
log.
And then you have to go kill God because he didn't flush his.
Yeah, it really escalates.
Yeah.
But then they showed this like this really cool dynamic like turn-based system, and they showed like the UI, which had like that Persona like fan thing going. So
Yeah,
like,
yeah. It had the Persona fan, but with the Dishonored 2 purple and white.
A decent chunk of Perfect Dark as well, which we saw.
Which looked way better.
Interesting that there was also a Gears game announced.
But not Gears 6.
Yeah. Who's making it? Initiative is currently working on Perfect Dark.
I mean Coalition.
Coalition. Not Coalition, sorry, I'm confusing them up. So I assume it's Coalition working on it. Who is making it? Why didn't they put up that front and center?
That's the thing, for everything it was either Bethesda's making, Blizzard's making, or Xbox Game Studios is making.
I was going to say, I would never ever thought I would have said what I'm about to say, but Perfect Dark was my game of the show. Like, I never anticipated that would be the game that I was like genuinely really excited for, but like showing like espionage, slow-paced gameplay, then like
look a little imsimmy.
I know, and then like really like tight but not like over the top gunplay. Like it was really.
It was a good showing.
Yeah.
But like I said on the Giant Bomb talkover, the bit where she was out on the street and there were loads of people, I was like, that's going to be the cyberpunk walking out into the street video bit that's used when the game actually comes out to compare what it looked like at this point versus what it looks like on release.
Yeah. I think there was just enough of gameplay for me to be like, okay, that was exciting. Like obviously Metal Gear is the one thing that I was like, all right, I'm happy. This was worth watching for that one thing. Yeah, we were all over that. But like Expedition 33 looks really cool, like you said. And then like the smaller things in between. I mean, like South of Midnight's not small, but
what's so interesting to me is that like Compulsion Games, so I'm like We Happy Few. But I did not expect a studio like that to go in the direction of gameplay they're going with that. But oh my god, the soundtrack and the trailer, vibes are immaculate.
It looked really good. I'm genuinely worried about frame rate for me because I know it's a stylistic choice and I like it. They used to great effect in Spider-Verse, whatever. But like playing a game like that. And also, We Happy Few gave me the worst motion sickness of my life. I know it's very, very different, but maybe I'm just scared of what Compulsion is going to do to me again.
I would correct me if I'm wrong, but maybe I just didn't process it. But like Fable gameplay,
that was cinematic in engine, I think.
Yeah, and I want to see. And the one thing I want to see in the Fable gameplay is like, hey, I got to get goat intestine so I can have a condom, and so I don't get an STD. And then
what's the fart button?
Yeah, where's the fart button? And that's another thing too. Is like the graphics this time around are so realistic. Jean-Luc brought this up during while we were watching, but like, is that gonna land the same if these people who look this realistic farting? Is that like gonna be like? Is that joke gonna land the same?
Which beloved English actor is gonna be farting? Because Super Hands.
Super Hands.
That was,
for us,
Peep Show
fans. Oh my god, I can't believe it's Super Hands.
But I agree with you, Tam. Like it was one of those things that was like, cool, we saw Fable again. We saw something that we think was gameplay, like could be gameplay.
Yeah, I mean, like we saw a lot like what we saw the first time. I remember we had the execs on the couch at Giant Bombs right after. I was like, when are you going to show gameplay? And then the response was, who said that wasn't gameplay? And I was like, me just now, because it wasn't gameplay. Like,
I mean, State of Decay 3 had fake gameplay. Like,
yeah.
It's like very stiff, weird, like, things that are not.
So the thing is, and I think like this is why Microsoft has, or Xbox has these, the developer directs, which are here's going to be a chunk of actual gameplay, because I think at this point you have a limited time to show your audience everything. Like you are trying to get the smorgasbord of Xbox titles out there in one easily digestible format, and if you are going to take time to show gameplay, like how a mission works, like I've been playing games this weekend where I'm like, I can see what the vision is, but this is not, like seeing it in this tiny chunk is not the best way for me to experience it.
It's a shock and awe thing.
And so I'm fine with the trailers.
Yeah.
But also, to play the devil's advocate, it's like, well, the final game's going to look like that.
I know.
It's going to be different. So.
And the other kind of, and it's not, the other criticism too is like that I've also noticed with Xbox is just showing the year, like 2025, 2024.
And in a lot of cases, not showing the year at all. I was keeping track.
Yeah, yeah, and like there's also another thing I want to go on to. I need to talk about it because it's like it happened so early. Man,
Doom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Quakeson, Doom 3, Quakeson. Holy.
You're into it?
Oh my god.
Oh, when
yes,
when
I
the
am.
gun
I
was
lost my
crushing up the
mind.
skull.
Yes.
That was sick.
And like the moment the shield is thrown, is like bounces.
Yeah.
Like I am. Oh my god, I am so in.
Good for you. I like that too, but I'm glad that you're. This is where you're at with it.
Because I'm often like, yeah, okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah, I mean, like I want you to be hype about something. You know.
Doom.
So-
I was all about Doom. But the one interesting note is that it's coming to PS5.
Was that wasn't in that
It
show?
was not in there, but
No,
it was
but-
announced on the PlayStation
Yeah.
Twitter. Right
Oh, I mean,
So, yeah.
There's the game.
Yeah.
there it
There's
is.
the Xbox game that is going to be on other platforms.
Yeah, I don't know. It's always like I was expecting maybe like seeing like a legit announcement, whether it's like Halo Master Chief is going to this or something like that. But they kept it very focused on
Yeah.
themselves.
Yeah.
Top pick. One top pick.
One topic. I mean, Dragon Age we haven't talked about.
Yeah, Dragon Age.
Rip.
You know, use that version of Heroes. I was like, I was a little on the nose, guys.
yeah,
Come
I
on.
was like, okay.
But I'm excited. It looks way more stylized, and like
Yeah.
every Dragon Age game does look different, kind of plays different.
How did you feel about that more like
Lead Scout Harding?
colorful, high fantasy?
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's my bag.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, no more Inquisitor, Hawk, or the Grey Warden. You've got whatchamacallit?
New
You've got
character.
Rook. So I'm excited to play as a new character, new cast of companions to take me through this world. Because like I've said this multiple times, they need some way to reintroduce people to that story and what Solus is up to. It's been 10 years. I wonder how long it will have been in game if Solus is doing his naughty elf things to bring back the old gods. But no, I'm excited. Can't wait to see the gameplay stuff that they show. See more of those characters. We had like Nev was the one, like the detective, and I was like, I really wonder like which kind of archetypes. Like I'm gonna obviously miss like that's the thing, like there was no other than Varric and Lead Scout Harding. There was no one from like the Inquisition, and so I was like, well,
No, Alistair.
no, yeah. I mean, where's
No
Iron
one
Bull?
wants Alistair back.
I was gonna say Iron Bull or any of them. I'm
Yeah.
like, you know, where's the lads?
Yeah.
What about you, Tim?
For me,
Yeah.
predictably, Metal Gear Solid. Like, I'm a simple man. You show me Snake, and he looks
You
good.
have like three things.
Yeah,
What?
yeah, exactly. And it looks like it's a shot-for-shot remake, which is absolutely fine for me. Like, I'm happy that I would rather someone just is like, we're gonna just pay this game the reverence that fans want and leave it intact as it is. Maybe just make it look better, clean up the controls a little bit. We're not gonna try and be like, oh, we're gonna change lines here. We're gonna, re-record all the
I was gonna say, is
audio.
it the old recording?
I need to listen to it properly, but
Speak.
I mean, like the pacing of the words delivery, which is where I'm at with knowing that game, was correct. Starting virtuous mission now, that kind of thing. The slight pause, it was there. It looked great. Like I feel excited and I feel much better about what that thing is.
How do you feel about the art style?
I'm still here and there with it. I feel like we got a lot of shots that were in the jungle area because that is the Metal Gear Solid kind of aesthetic that people know. We didn't get any of the desert area. We didn't get any of the other areas where the lighting is drastically different. And I do wonder if, and also like not wearing like the red camo or, the flags camo or anything like that. So I do wonder if because of the context of what we're being shown, it looks that way. But that is I want a little bit more personality and concern. Like if when the pain shows up and he's got a yellow, like outfit, I don't want it to be a muted yellow. I want it to be that vibrant yellow because he's a big bee.
There was a few, and there was a ton of stuff that we saw in between. I did not anticipate talking about this game. However, I was working on a gag that I never did, where I wanted to ask every game developer we had on the sofa if it has big head mode, and then we had a game that had
Big head mode, yeah.
Frag Punk?
Yeah, it was Frag Punk.
Frag Punk, yeah.
I'm not convinced on that name.
Fragpunk.
Yeah.
But the game itself, like the card mechanic to switch up the modifiers, I thought was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, same. I really like the idea of it looked like Valorant, and my brain was like, okay, Valorant, another Valorant thing, and it started to switch off. But then when the whole card stuff started happening, I was like, all right, they're trying to mix it up, and the whole thing with like redefining and breaking and like changing the rules of the gameplay on the fly is very smart. I wonder how much longevity it has, you know? It's like, does it, once you do big head mode 10 times, does it stop being funny? So I'm interested how they work that into the strategy of the game.
More big head modes.
Yeah, bigger head mode.
Yeah,
Just
bigger
gets
head modes.
bigger.
Bigger head modes. The other thing, which is, that Starfield DLC looked like
Horror game.
Prey and Dead Space like smashed together. And I only say that because I am not a Starfield enjoyer, and I don't know if this is the thing that's going to get me to turn the game on. But it was one of those things where I was like, if this is what they led with,
a possibility now exists where you could play Starfield.
Yes, yeah.
That's a big win for them. I think like we all came away thinking, yeah, maybe I'll go back to it.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Probably not, though, yeah.
I mean, it's that I will probably.
There's too many games out.
Exactly.
In general,
There's too many
I'm not going back to Starfield. Good for the people who like Starfield, though. I'm excited for you.
Absolutely.
Can we talk about Stalker?
Oh my
that
god,
looked great.
It looks so
Wonderful.
good.
Yeah.
Coming out September.
Yeah. Finally, those.
That developer's been through trials and tribulations.
I am really glad they had like the
made in Ukraine,
and they had they're using the Ukrainian pronunciation, Chernobyl.
So before we wrap this up, before the show started, I asked Tam and Lucy, what did I ask you to do?
You asked
some sort of prediction.
Prediction for the release date or something?
I think I asked for a release date for Fable. Here we got Fable, November 2024. Tomorrow.
Was that me? Oh,
that was you.
Damn.
And then Lucy.
I'm sorry, I fully.
What was the release date?
Fable coming to Game Pass 2025. Hollow Knight Silk Song August 30th.
Yeah, I just was like, imagine if I got that right.
You were right. I mean, did they say 2025?
Nope.
Okay.
They didn't say anything.
They said nothing. So technically, one of us could still be right.
It was a far-fetched thing for me to be like, dude, Fable. We're going to get Fable. All right, my friends. We are wrapping up this post show, but we do have more stuff coming today because we're going to have a bunch of developers on the couch. We're going to have cool cats to talk to.
Thank goodness you're here. Assassin's Creed, Star Wars Outlaws,
Alan Wake
Blumhouse, Alan Wake 2.
Alan Wake 2.
Yeah.
Assassins.
So please stick around, grab a cup of coffee, maybe a glass of water, twiddle your thumbs, and have a great time while you watch great stuff with cool people. So, once again, I'm Curtin Davina, Lucy James, Tamora Hussein. Stay tuned, hang out, see ya.
Have fun.